My dad, Bud, was a department manager at the JCPenney store here in Anchorage. And I never knew what his experience was of the 1964 Great Alaska Earthquake until a book came out recently called The Day the Trees Fell to the Ground. The quake was a 9.2 magnitude, which was the second largest recorded earthquake ever in history. It lasted 4 minutes, and for me as a 7-year-old, all I knew was I wanted my dad. And I never really had a great idea of what happened for his day at work that day until this book came out. I was reading it, and it's a collection of stories. There's a story of one of my dad's coworkers there, Dale. And I could just hear Dale telling this story. All of a sudden, it sounds like a freight train coming through the store. We're on the 5th floor, and there are no windows, and the power goes out immediately, so it's pitch black in there. 3 of us go to a pillar there, and we hold on to it, and the floor is shaking and moving up and down this pillar, and everything's crashing all around us. Bud had jumped underneath a desk, like we were told we were supposed to do. And it was pitch black, and it was just really, really loud. You can't imagine how loud it was. And pitch black. And it seemed like it was going forever. But all of a sudden, it was light. And this is downtown. We could see Cook Inlet from the 5th floor. A wall had crashed to the ground. The floor is still buckling, and the desk that Bud's under is inching towards the edge. We're all yelling, "Get out! Get out!" But apparently he was frozen in fear. And all of a sudden, nothing. It was so quiet for a couple of seconds. And then Bud jumps up out from underneath that desk. We all go running over towards the door, which now we had to actually lift up to get out. And there's chunks of concrete everywhere. It didn't even look safe to go down the stairs, but we go running out. And as we emerge from the building, there's this wall of people across the street, and they're all yelling at us, "Run!" because they thought another wall was going to come down. But as we turn around, what happened was 2 of the panels came off from the exterior of that wall. One of them landed right on top of a car with a woman in it and just flattened it. The other one came down on top of a protester who'd been picketing that day. These were just 2 of the 115 deaths that happened as a result of the 1964 earthquake and the tsunamis that followed. But to continue Dale's story, we're standing outside across the street from the building, and then we hear cries and people screaming inside. So Bud and I look at each other and go back into the building, and we looked all over, and we finally eliminated it to the elevator. So we're on the 2nd floor, and we pried it open. We were able to get the hatch on the top of the elevator open, and we were able to bring these 3 teenagers out who had been stuck in the elevator. I'm reading this story, and I'm going, oh my God, I had no idea that my dad and Dale had this experience during the earthquake. So I called my dad up. I was like, "What is this? I never heard this story." And he's just like, I didn't want to worry my family. It's nothing.